All right, next up, man, we have Coach Dooley of Southern. I definitely want to hear what he has to say coming into this week. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. Let's get it started,
All right, coming
man.
up next, we'll have head
Let me
coach
hear.
Eric Dooley
Let me hear something.
from
Let me
Southern
hear something,
University.
baby. Let me hear something.
Coach Dooley, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Doing well. Kind of talk about your last game out and what you're preparing for this week against Jackson State.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to come out and play another game, and I thought we played 3 quarters. I thought we played 3 quarters. The guys came out not on fire like I wanted to, but they did get the message, and I thought they completed and finished strong. And the biggest thing, when you're playing a non-conference game, you just want to come out injury free, and thank God that we came out injury free and just be prepared for another challenge.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach Dooley.
Okay. They played Virginia Lynchburg. Now, look, Virginia Lynchburg had been doing some good things. They have. And I've said, I've done a few reaction videos to some of their players heading into this year. And I said that they are going to be a joy to watch, but with Southern playing Florida Memorial and then them playing Virginia Lynchburg, you can see that. Look, okay, so I did say that Southern and Jackson State are like top two in in like scoring offense, scoring defense, total offense and defense or whatever. Some of those numbers could be deflated by just those two opponents because they are not their Division two opponents, and I think Florida Memorial is like a new team. Like I don't think they've been a team for like 3 or 4 years now, or whatever. Right? So those numbers could be deflated just by those two games alone. And I think he played his starters a little too long. You know what I'm saying? Look, McCray threw about 22 balls or whatever for like 200 something yards or whatever. And I was hoping that the starters didn't play the entire game because this was not a game that you were supposed to have any of your players get hurt, and thank God none of them got hurt or whatever. But you know, hey, a win's a
First
win.
question for
A
Coach
win's a
Dooley
win.
is from Ty Miller.
Hey, Coach Dooley, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Ty Miller with Black College Football Weekly and the Power News Radio Network. This is about the upcoming game. Campbell coach Mike Miller, post-game, compared Jackson State's defense to the 1985 Chicago Bears. How would you describe Jackson State's defense?
Well, I mean, they flying around, they're making plays, they're playing aggressive football. That's the way I look at it. So, those guys are doing their scheme, what Coach Thurman liked them to do. They're flying around and making plays. They got some great athletes on that side of the ball.
We often talk about containing offensive players, but on defense, Aubrey Miller, the linebacker, wreaks havoc. What's your plan to slow down or contain his production?
Well, that'd be great if I can get that plan national. Of
Yeah,
course,
he
got to
didn't get
make
that
plans
up.
and know where he's at because he's a good football player. But I think they got more than just Aubrey Miller that can play football. So we making our game plan and going through what we need to do and make sure that we play our brand of football.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Charles Bishop.
How you doing, Coach Dooley?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I want to start off by asking, obviously, you've been part of this rivalry, steeped in this tradition, Jackson State and Southern, but what personal experiences do you draw on with regards to this Jackson State Southern rivalry that you will impart to your team this week as they prepare for this raucous environment?
Well, with myself, I'm a guy that always talk about the rearview mirror, so I try not to bring up certain things. I try to look forward and move forward. But, even when I came into this opportunity in 1997, this has been going on. It's standing room only, regardless of where the game was played at. And it's a big-time game. So this game here is just what it always has been to me. But, we don't talk about the past. We try to move forward. Those guys came in and talked to those guys, before the season even started. But right now, it's about how are you gonna what are you gonna do for your chapter in your book? You got to write your own chapter and just move forward.
Sure thing. I want to shift gears and ask you a little bit about your defense, Coach Henry Miller, defense coordinator. Another week where they've shut out an opponent in the second half, but talk about how that unit has gelled as the season forward.
Well, you know what? The thing is that those guys have been working hard since you're talking about June. They've been here, not having the opportunity to go out with the coaches, but it's just a credit to what they are, the work that they put in. And then also that the defensive side of the ball, Coach Miller doing a great job and got some assistant coaches on that side that's helping those guys. And those guys wish they had no choice, but they bought into what we were doing. And so now they're just playing together, and that chemistry is there. You can see it as they continue to play each weekend and learning one another.
Sure thing. Appreciate you.
Now, if anybody has been paying attention to that defensive line, Jason Dumars, well, Southern has been undefeated since Jason Dumars has been in the lineup. I think he's been hurt to start the season, but I think after the LSU game, or I think probably the game after the LSU game, he's been in the lineup, and they've been winning ever since. Now, he's really, really important to the defense because he draws double teams. I think, fam, he's definitely the Aaron Donald of the SWAC. And especially when you have speed on the outside with Trey Lane and Jordan Lewis, who can, and especially with Shedeur Sanders not being a scrambler for the football or whatever, he's not a scrambler. So it's always going to be important for you to cause pressure in the inside of the pocket to force him to roll out. And then that's where you have your speed guys come in to set the edge. In all honesty, now that I think about it, he has this defensive line just to stop this quarterback. I feel like when you have your speed DNs, you also have Caleb Gibbons. You also have Taj Brown, who helps out on the D line too. You have speed guys on the outside, and then you have Jason Dumars right in the middle who can cause pressure up the middle. So if Southern is going to have any success against Jackson State, that defense is going to have to clamp down. You're going to look. My thing is, I think they are going to treat Shedeur like teams used to treat Tom Brady, and how you need 4 or 5 dominant defensive linemen. You don't have to set up a blitz or anything. All you need is 4 guys who is going to be able to win their one-on-one battles and rush the passer, and then the rest of the guys play coverage. Play cover 2 man, play cover 3, whatever, but you make sure you have as less guys rushing the ball and more guys in coverage as possible, and be able to create a pass rush. So that's what this defensive line is capable of doing. So that's why I really like this Southern team, because their defense played really good football.
Thank you.
Really good football.
All right, thanks a lot. Next question up, Jim Kleinpeter. Jim, how you doing?
Hey, doing fine. Hey, Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
The game is going to be featured by the College Game Day pregame show, and I know it probably doesn't have that much to do with your team, but just for Southern University's sake, just talk about what it means to be part of a game day atmosphere in this great series.
Well, what the world is witnessing now, what's been going on for ages in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC football. That's what it's all about. The intense rivalries and teams matching up regardless of what's taking place or regardless of the records. But this nothing new. I did hear Coach McNair say it as well. This been going on for ages, but now fortunate enough by the grace of God, now the world gets to see it.
Okay,
Damn
my
right.
other question is, for
Damn
a
right.
man who appreciates good offense and good quarterbacks, give me some of your impressions of Shedeur Sanders and how much better he is this year.
I tell you what, the questions that you guys ask, I might as well write some game plans and tell some guys what they need to do.
for real, yo. I don't want to give them the game plan.
Have a young man come in as a freshman and lead them to a championship, and then he come back and correct some of the mistakes that he had from the previous year. That's coaching. That's all about coaching. That's all about being coached. But I wouldn't expect anything else. I said it, and I'll continue to say it. Within this conference, that's what you're going to get. Now, is it publicized? No, but that's what you're going to get. You're going to get great coaching. You're going to get great football players, and you're going to get some real exciting football.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question from James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and the fellas are well. Can you
No, come on, you gotta fix that, dog.
going on the road and playing another
no.
quality opponent, and what
I
you
can't-
envision for this weekend? Coach, talk a little bit about this weekend's matchup and how important it is to play well.
I think what is, to me, it's important to play well every game. I don't care who you're playing. It's always important to play well because you get an opportunity to go out to play football. But you're talking about this, the opponent that we playing is going to be a great big time football. You know, something that I don't have to envision. It's been going on since I came in the conference as a coach since '97, and even when I played in the '80s. So it's nothing new to me. It's something that I've always seen and something that I know about. You know, but it's good football. You know, you're talking about two good teams that are both playing at a high level right now. So what better than to have game day to come in on publicize it to give some light to the rest of the world and let them know what they're missing out when you're talking about SWAC football.
Thank you, sir. Have a good week.
Thank you. You too.
I can't hear it.
Dr. Cavill, you're next up.
Dog, that was terrible.
This is Kenyatta with Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBC Sports Lab. Coach, I know you're not going to give me the game and give it to the world. I certainly understand that. But I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you in terms of the players that were suspended. Were they able to sit out last week, or do you have to work through that over a couple of games?
No, fortunate enough, we were able to get by an opponent with all the guys that had to serve us. Suspension was able to sit out this game here and move forward. You know, again, I'm a guy that have that vision, that tunnel vision, that we got to move forward and, you know, correct those things that wasn't good and make it better. You know, that's what I read that Bible from Genesis to Revelation. You know, sometimes we're forgetting about our sins, and so now we got to move forward. We got to understand what this is all about and continue to coach the young men up to move and be better citizens within this world, because that's who's going to run this world when it's all said and done.
I appreciate that, Coach, and certainly understanding your history so you can move forward and look forward to the next opportunity is against you. With that being said, the next opportunity is Jackson State. Don't have to talk about the rivalry. You really said all that. But in terms of the matchup, or is this more about doing what Southern Jaguars needs to do, or is this about game planning in regards to looking at what Jackson State does well?
Well, you know, we're going to always be true to us. We're going to play Southern University football. That's play for 60 minutes. We play our brand, and that's what we believe in, and that's what we are coached to do. So, of course, you always look at your opponents and see what they're doing well and what they are not doing so well. And you know, you game plan it. But I think at the end of the day, when it all said and done, Southern University is going to play Southern University football, and that's to play fast, physical, and have fun for 60 minutes.
Can't wait for it, baby. I can't wait for it, baby. I can't wait for it, baby.
All right, next up, Pat Tillman from Fox 44.
Hey, Coach, how we doing? We feeling well rested, I should say, after this homecoming weekend?
I'm doing well. I'm always rested.
Good to hear. This is kind of Bichon's biggest game in the SWAC. He's come from a junior college now to Southern. Where do you feel like he's at in this game, and do you feel like he's ready for this moment?
Let me step back a moment. Every game is a big game for Bichon because, you know, we play some opponents that can play some football in this conference. When we play any team in this conference, it's a big game, and that's the way we approach every game. So I don't want guys to get off into saying that, oh, this is the biggest game that you're going to play. Every time you
it's not even
you get an opportunity to play some exciting football. And then when the good Lord bless you with another day to live, why not go out and let the world know who he is?
A question about the defensive line. You know, where are they at as far as health and, you know, preparation for this Saturday? What kind of energy are they bringing this week?
Well, at this point right now, they're as healthy as they could be. I mean, little bumps and bruises with everyone because we're talking about a contact sport, but those guys are good and ready to go, and excited about it, just to get an opportunity to play another day, game of football as well. So we're in good shape. I feel and believe on the defensive line. I believe that we're in good shape for us, the whole team, physically.
Thanks, Coach. We'll talk tomorrow. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach Dooley, thanks a lot for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
All righty. So my thing is this, right? In order for Southern to really be successful in this game, they're going to have to be because this team, they remind me of the New York Giants, of the Super Bowl winning New York Giants. If you have 4 guys on the line that can rush the passer really well, which is what they have, you don't really need to blitz often. You have guys who can win their one-on-one battles up front and get to the quarterback without blitzing. And you have real good guys in the secondary. As a matter of fact, Southern leads the SWAC in interceptions. Matter of fact, and they lead the SWAC in pick sixes. So this team is very opportunistic, and if they get their hands on the ball, they're trying to score. They're trying to score, man. So this game is not going to be easy for Jackson State at all. It's not going to be easy. So I'm definitely looking forward to this game and hoping, they bring some fire out of here, man, because it's definitely going to be high-powered football, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. Can't wait for it.